In today's video, we're going to be going through how elite USA club players always get open on the open side. And we're going to do that through this clip. This is one of my favorite clips of Ultimate Frisbee on the internet. And we're going to walk you through two exact ways that you guys can implement and add to your game so that you guys can copy these moves and also get open on the open side. So let's jump right into the play-by-play. First, what you'll notice is they start off with a set play. Not much to talk about here. Really great way to initiate out of that structure. Now from here, this is where I want to pay attention to exactly what the offensive cutters are doing to go ahead and get open. Now I want you to pay attention to two main things, two techniques. The first technique we're going to talk about is the concept of the golden zone. Now what exactly is the golden zone? Let me see if I can get a suitable color. The idea of the golden zone is that there's going to be some depth in the field that we want to initiate our cut from. The idea is if we are too shallow, so if we initiate, this is the golden zone here. If we initiate from too short, it'll mean that the defender knows that only the end zone could be high risk. Now, if you're not sure what I mean when I talk about high risk spaces, if you go into the group, go into the classroom and go into our defensive systems course, we have an entire module about basic defensive theory and the risk space rating for you guys to use. Now, what happens if we initiate from too deep outside of this golden zone? Well, same thing. The defender knows that the only high risk space is under, and so they'll be ready to contest that and commit to that early as well. So what we want to do as an offense, and what is really well demonstrated in this clip, is the offensive cutters consistently start pushing their cut a little bit deeper, anticipating the throw to be passed forward, so that they can initiate from this golden zone, from the most threatening spot on the field, to both threaten the deep cut and to threaten the undercut. So you can see here, the offensive cutter is initiating from a really nice depth, which means that the deep is a threat and the under is a threat. Now, if we continue rolling the clip, you'll notice that the next continuation cutter is trying to achieve the exact same thing. They're trying to push their cut and initiate from deeper so that the under is a threat and the end zone is a threat. You can see that occurring right here. We're pushing deep and we're opening up that channel. One more example here, the offensive cutter pushing deep and then opening up that channel in the under space, which is where they're trying to attack. Now, if we were to rewind the clip, you may be thinking, well, the first cut was actually able to initiate from this golden zone quite deep. They were able to open up a big under space and threaten the end zone space as well. So how come the following cutters did not initiate from as far down the field? Well, this is where timing comes into play. The idea here is, yes, these continuation cutters can continue pushing deep a little bit faster, a little bit earlier, so that they can get the maximum yardage. But when you're in a scenario where you're clearly the active cutter, you don't want to spend precious seconds of the stall count making sure you get to the ideal depth. So there's two ways to approach this. Either we can be more aggressive and more proactive in preparing our cut and making sure we are initiating from further down the field, or we can use what we're given. We can use our offensive cutting footwork, we can try to lose our defender, and we can work with the space that we're given. The second approach here is a lot more technical. It'll require a lot more footwork to try and lose your defender. So where possible, try to push into that golden zone, into the best spot to initiate from on the field. And that will mean that the defense will have to worry about both high risk spaces on the field, allowing you to pick and choose exactly which one you want and get the disc a lot more easily. Hope that helps with your open side cutting. Remember to get to the golden zone early. Make sure to prepare your cut early so that you're always initiating your cut from the right depth. And if you're looking for ways to level up your footwork in these specific scenarios, you can go to our essential activities library where we've got demos and explanation videos on cutting footwork and defensive footwork as well. That's all for the video. Hope you enjoyed. Let me know what you want to see next. Make sure to subscribe and I will see you in the next one. Peace.